If somebody tells you that, I'll give you this word for you to come out of your body, it's a lie. It is fake. That coming out of the body is not by a set of formula of words, but it is by an act of will. Let us now look at concentration. What is concentration? In waking hours, the ego or the spirit is inside the body, and its force is directed towards the external environment in an effort to subdue the earth. At no time during waking hours is it able to get away from the impressions of the external surroundings and be free to work on itself. Such an opportunity for the ego, for the spirit to work on itself is provided during sleep because the dense body has lost consciousness of the external world and the spirit is outside its body. That is the moment when the spirit is able to get away from the impressions of the outside environment. What we are saying over here is that it is only during sleep that the spirit is able to get away from the impressions of the outside world. The body is no more responsive to the external world. That is to say, if the spirit is to work on its material bodies at all, it must be when the outside world is shut out as in sleep. Yet, the spirit still remains within the body and in full control of its faculties, as it is in the waking state. What is being said over here is that during retrospection, even though we have not slept, we put the body in a position as if we have slept. It is so insensitive to the external environment. The spirit has not left the body, it is still in the body, but the concentration of the spirit is no more on the external environment. Not until such a state can be attained will it be possible for the spirit to work inwardly and properly sensitize its vehicles. Concentration is such a state. It is only concentration that can make it possible for the spirit to inwardly and properly sensitize its vehicles. When in concentration, the senses are stilled and a person is in the same condition as in the deepest sleep, yet the spirit remains within and fully conscious. Most people experience this state, at least in some degree, when they have become fully interested and absorbed in a book, such that even when your name is being called, you hardly heard anything. You are fully concentrated in what you are reading. The individual who is desirous of the higher life cultivates the faculty of becoming absorbed at will in any subject he or she chooses, or a very simple object which he or she imagines. This is done to the point when the senses are absolutely still. You still your senses, the 5 senses that we have, you still them. Then the person concentrates his or her thought upon the different sense centers of the desire body, and they start to revolve. We are going to take our time and explain this. We are saying that when you concentrate yourself so much on a subject or an object, you still your senses such that you hardly hear anything from the external environment. And the point is that the desire body has certain sense centers. These sense centers, after we have concentrated so much on an object or a subject, we then direct our attention to the sense centers of the desire body. And every human being has a desire body. That is our third body. There are sense centers in it. We direct our attention to those centers and they begin to revolve. They revolve in the clockwise direction. That is the positive one, not the anti-clockwise direction. We'll see very soon. What are the sense centers of the desire body that we are referring to? There are 7 sense centers of the desire body. The desire body is not the physical body. It is an energizer. but we cannot see it with our physical eyes, but it is there. The 7 sense centers of the desire bodies, this is their location. 2 in the head, 1 in the larynx, 1 in the liver, 1 in the genital area, and 2 in the knees. These are the places where the currents of the desire body revolve. And we have said that you focus your attention to those centers and they begin to revolve in a clockwise direction. During sleep, the currents of the desire body flow and its vortices move and spin with enormous rapidity. It's for everybody. Those centers, they spin automatically when we sleep. But as soon as it enters the dense body, this dense body, its currents and vortices are almost stopped by the dense matter and the nerve currents of the vital body, which carry messages to and from the brain. So as the desired body currents flow, the point is, once we are awake and it is back into this body, its movement, its flow is no more as strong as it used to be when it was functioning external to this dense body. It is the object of concentration to still the dense body to the same degree of inertia and insensibility as in sleep, although the spirit is within, perfectly awake, alert, and conscious. So in concentration, you make the body more or less insensitive, but you are fully concentrated within. By so doing, we make a condition where the sense centers of the desire body can begin to revolve while inside the dense body. That is the condition we are making, so that the dense body still has the desired body within, and its sense centers are revolving in a clockwise direction. That is exactly what we want to do, not for it to leave the body. At first, the motion is slow and hard to bring about, but by degrees, the sense centers will make places for themselves within the dense body and vital bodies, which learn to accommodate themselves to this new activity. So as we try to do this, gradually, the dense body itself and the vital body will begin to accommodate the new flow, the higher flow of the desired body currents. Then someday, when the proper life had developed the requisite cleavage between the higher and the lower parts of the vital body, that cleavage must come, separating the vital body from the physical body. When that level is reached and the currents are also flowing in the desired body, there is a supreme effort of the will, the individual's will, a strong determination to get something done. A spiral motion in many directions take place, and the spiritually focused person stands outside his or her dense body. That is how it happens. That by that strong will and by the vortices of the desired body rotating at a certain rate of spin, then the individual comes out of the body. He or she looks at the body as it will be for another person. The door of this prison house has been opened. The individual becomes born again, free to enter the body and also to come out of the body. As much at liberty in the spiritual world as in the physical world, functioning at will, a helper of humanity. The person desires to help all, ever ready to offer service in both worlds, in the spiritual world and in the physical world. The separation, and this is key, the separation of the vital body and the dense body, the flow of the desired body's currents, that separation is not by a set of words or a formula. No. If somebody tells you that, I'll give you this word for you to come out of your body, it's a lie. It is fake. That coming out of the body is not by a set of formula of words, but it is by an act of will. You, the individual, it must come from within. It's an act of will, which is directed by you, the individual, and can only be helped by a competent person. And it should be a holy person. But the holy person is not going to give you any word, but can only show you, and you will have to direct it yourself. Nobody is going to direct it for you. Like all other real spiritual information and practices, initiation is never sold. If somebody says, bring a material thing for initiation, that is fake initiation. It comes only as a result of the individual qualifying to merit it. It is earned. You must work for it, the positive one. All that we are doing on this channel is to give indication of the first steps which lead up to the development of the spiritual faculty. That is all that we are doing. And it is the individual who must do it himself, herself. On this channel, we only provide the information. No one can do it for anybody. Only you can do it by yourself.
Filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see. Whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all this.